Hey everyone, my name's PsychGamer and welcome back to part 4 of Pokemon Zeta. When we last left off, we took care of some of the intro stuff for Superior Town, and today we are going to begin exploring the Wonder Cave. Let's get this started. Oh, it's nice and bright. That's a nice change of pace from a lot of caves we see in Pokemon games. Never mind. Alright, pitch black, let's see what we can do. Right off the bat, someone challenges us to a battle. Fantastic. Now if you remember, the Wonder Cave is necessary because we have to find the Legend Researcher somewhere inside. You might also recall that one of the more important characters in the town is located here. That would be the gym leader of the town, Devin. If we want to ever get the first badge, we have to get him back, so there is a need to explore here. I'm not afraid of you, level 9 Tyrogue, especially since we have a wing attack. Alright, Caterpie's level 7, which means he may be evolving into Metapod fairly soon. Alright, here we are, guys. First evolution animation of the series. And there we have it, a wonderful Metapod, stage 2 of its evolutionary line. And of course, as always, Metapod has learned Harden. See what's going on in the rest of the cave. Oh, looks like we've got a hiker. Is it Jeremy? Okay, it's not Jeremy. I was hoping to face Snubble again. Instead it's a Whismur. Okay. Let's take on this Whismur. And for the time being, I'm going to switch over to Aquarius. The trainers within the Wonder Cave all have Pokemon around level 9 or 10, give or take a few levels. And so it's very important that we both train the Pokemon that we have who are at lower levels and try to get everyone about an average as possible. We also have to keep in mind that we've got a gym battle coming up. We have to make sure that we can handle this. And this isn't looking good. Alright, get some of your health back, Aquarius. Uproar has always been one of those moves that I have despised, because it's so effective. Fantastic. If we can't avoid damage, let's at least make the thing flinch so we can stay safe for one more round. There we go, Amos has been taken down. There are a few Pokemon I'm looking for specifically within this cave, and I'm hoping we'll find them fairly quickly. If not, though, well, we'll get to them eventually. One specifically I'd love to find is a Riolu. It has a very low encounter chance compared to a lot of the other Pokemon we'll find here. So it's going to be a struggle finding it, but when we do, it's going to be great for us. In fact, if we are able to successfully capture a Riolu, it will more than likely replace, for the time being, Hawlucha. mostly due to the fact that I would love to be able to get a Lucario in the future. All that boosted experience. Alright, level 9 Roggenrola, we can do this. We got really lucky there. I should not have attacked at that time. I should have used the potion. But luckily Roggenrola decided to go with Harden. I'd like to say hello to those of you who are watching me for the first time. And for those of you who have watched me before, you'll notice that my videos will begin to have annotations in the upper right-hand corner toward the end to link you to the next video. So that could be incredibly handy for those of you that decide to watch videos in huge chunks. Alright, let's go ahead and replace Tackle with Wing Attack, simply because I'd much rather have a flying type move in Hawlucha's arsenal for those times that we decide to encounter a fighting type. You have flash, and you can see in dark caves like this. That's important. But see, oddly enough, this level is still lighted. And we have found TM70 Flash. The Flash move. It can light up dark caves. Just teach it to a Pokemon, and it will light the way. Makes you wonder if that was placed here purposefully. So I can teach one of our Pokemon Flash so we can use it for the lower levels. And of course, no one in our party is able to learn Flash. That's a downer. We're going to do what we can here and see if we can't make it through without. Interestingly enough, we have yet to encounter any Pokemon in this cave, which is very strange. Let's bring out our delightful little Starly. Our main flying type for our party. It's a staple of a party, right? Every party's got to have a flying type. Now I'm going to try not to talk too much about other projects I'm considering doing in my videos, because I like to remain on topic as much as possible. But I've been considering a few other games that could possibly go on this channel. I have a huge library of games on Steam, and I have several on my computer that I could play as well. A lot of them are listed on my backloggery, which I will actually link in the description to this video so you can see that and maybe get an idea of something you might like me to play in the future. Alright, we've encountered a Makuhita. Now I think Makuhita is adorable, but I will not be focusing on it in this playthrough. I'm going to try to focus on either a Hawlucha or a Riolu if we're able to get one, and I'm very hopeful that we will. You may also have noticed that my update schedule currently is Tuesday, Thursday. I'm a graduate student and I'm incredibly busy, so those were the 2 days that I knew I could dedicate to uploading videos. I tend to record on Sundays, but I try to upload Tuesday, Thursday. In the future, the schedule may expand. I'm going to do what I can to record ahead of time. And we'll see what happens with that. Alright, we've encountered a Cubone. I absolutely adore Cubone, and I want one so badly. So we're going to see if we can't catch it. And if you notice, this Cubone has a crack in its mother's skull, which I find to be a very interesting little detail. Sorry, Cubone. Starly is wise to you. Let's toss out a Pokeball and see if we can't catch it. Fantastic! Now we have our very own Cubone. To have and to hold and to keep safe. Would not like to end this Cubone. I would in fact like to progress, so let's avoid that situation. What do we have here? Another ninja. You notice the first one disappeared after battling it, so I'm curious if this is the second one with a healed-up Pokemon, or simply a different Pokemon trainer altogether. The name is different, but that means nothing to me. Now you'll notice I use the switch method a lot to level up my Pokemon, and especially until I get an experience share. Sorry, Makuhita. Oh. Starly finally bit the dust. To be safe, sweet prince. Fantastic. One more level and our Metapod will evolve into Butterfree. And Hawlucha is now level 9 as well. He concedes defeat, and he has no player model, which suggests that he's hiding somewhere. Ninja escape. And he's gone. Whistler. Now you're adorable, I think you're really cool, but I don't want you. So I'm not going to bother with you. I just have to hope it doesn't use Uproar. And of course, my hopes were dashed. Dashed against the stones in this very cave. We got so lucky there. One more Uproar and Rattata would have fainted. Right, now you may see I'm avoiding a lot of areas of the cave, and that's mostly because we can't use strength yet, which kind of hinders what kind of progress we can make. Now I'm going to take a quick moment here to situate some items in my bag and heal my Pokemon up, and I will be right back. Alright, so let's continue on, shall we? Pokemon Ranger, eh? Let's see what he has to do. He has to say here. Pokemon Ranger Robert with a Whistler, of course. Of course. Let's see if we can't take care of this quickly. Well, that was a sad occurrence on my part. this battle is far more difficult than I anticipated. Let's hope we can make our way out of this alive. I would hate to be booted out of the cave because of this one whisper. It very well may happen anyway, but I'm going to do as best I can to avoid that situation. Oh, thank you for calming down. It's much appreciated. And I spoke too soon. And it looks like we are down to one more Pokemon, and it is Maestro, our itty-bitty Cricketot, pardon me. And he only has Bide. This could spell doom. And indeed it does. We lost against Robert, and we paid a little bit of money as a prize. Alright everyone, I'm going to do some switching within our box, and I will be right back. Alright guys, we are back once again, and I am now going to show you what changes I've made. I swapped out our Cricketot for Shroomish, and that is because Shroomish is the only Pokemon in our party and our our Pokemon boxes that can learn Flash. I thought it would be best to actually show you all what's going on within the cave while we're there, so I decided to swap them out. So let's go ahead and use Flash, and we'll give you an overview of what this floor actually looks like. Thanks, Shroomish. We appreciate it. As you see, this floor is still lighted as it was before. Alright, back on track. Now I may be cutting out a few of the battles toward the end because I'd really like to get through this whole cave in one video if at all possible. And I definitely don't want a video that runs any longer than 25 minutes, maybe 30 if it's going well. Unless you guys are okay with that. Let me know in the comments below. If you don't mind longer videos, we will figure that out. Metapod, you don't want to travel with me? Is that because you fainted? I know, I'm a horrible person. Alright, let's deal with this guy again. And we must remember he has a Wishmer. And it's going to try its damnedest to take us down with Uproar. But now our party is fully healed and we should have no problem dealing with it. Because it's the only sound you're going to make for the rest of the day. Can't impress girls without his Pokemon. How true. Moving forward. Let's warm up this cold cave. I don't want to cuddle with you. You ain't even cute. You need to calm down. Got a Machop, or a Machop, depending on what pronunciation you go with. Bring out Hawlucha again, simply because it will be resistant to Machop's attack, and you'll still take a fair amount of damage from ours. Geodude, huh? Well, I think we should let Aquarius take this one because it has been a while since Aquarius has successfully taken down a Pokemon by itself. I'm definitely looking forward to getting Horsey to level 16 because in this game that is when he will evolve into Seadra, and then again at level 38, I believe, into Kingdra. Water Gun. Of course we want Water Gun. 40 over Bubbles 20. While Bubble may lower speed stat, I'd much rather have a stronger water attack instead of Bubble. Colder than ever. Poor you. Poor defenseless you. Right, guys, we have almost finished this stretch of the cave. Another Whismer. Why are there so many? Why is this a thing that is happening to us? Goodbye. Thanks for playing. Hiker Eric, let's see what you've got going on. Geodude, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to be taken down. Of course this Geodude knew Sturdy. It just wanted to troll us. Yes, you were defeated again, and we got $320 from that battle, so that is really great. There's one more trainer in our way before we reach the floor center, where we will first meet Devin and the Legend Researcher. Pokemon Ranger Rita, let's see what she has for us. A Tyrogue. Alrighty, Metapod is now level 10. And Hawlucha decided to join Metapod. Rita is down, and she is not happy about it. $720, that's incredible. Here we go, evolution number 2 of our series. And what a beautiful Butterfree it is. It's always so exciting when your first Pokemon fully evolves. And look, it flies behind us. It's so cool. Now we're going to save right here, because this next part could get a little hitchy. But how can we actually get it to emerge? I don't know, man. I'm just here to bust open rocks. I may need you to bust it open after all. It's warm. Did you do this? Well, whatever you're doing, it's working. Quick, put your hand on the stone. We put our hand on the stone, and... what could that be? An unknown, and from the looks of it, it is an unknown T. I could be mistaken, and if I am, please let me know in the comments. And we want to capture this thing, which is why I'm glad we have both a Great Ball and a Dusk Ball. So luckily, because Butterfree evolved, we now have a few more Pokemon that can handle this thing. Except that it knows Hidden Power, which does quite a bit of damage to us. And everyone, if you see me using moves that don't make a lot of sense, I am not the best Pokemon player around, and I do not claim to be one. So if you have any hints for me, let me know. I've been playing ever since Pokemon Red and Blue came out, but I still get confused on time matchups and which moves will best fit this Pokemon. This is kind of like our first boss battle, in a way. And it's going fairly well, I think. We may have lost 2 Pokemon so far, but that is okay because we are about to make up for it with this capture. Let's hope this works. Alright, and we have captured our very first Psychic-type Pokemon with that amazingly wonderful Unknown. I find it very interesting that while the Unknown we caught was a T, the Unknown in the Dex is an A. Unknown only show themselves when there's great power about. You must have a bright future. Hey, why are you here anyway? Oh, my package arrived. Excellent. I have to go. Lauren, I think you should go to Fianga City. It's to the southwest of here. My friend Wilson has a laboratory there. I'd recommend you to see him. I'm sure he'll be very interested in you. It's quite a feat to conquer a Pokemon as rare as an Unknown. You should come check out my gym. I warn you, though, I'm much harder to beat than an Unknown. I don't think he's impressed. I have to go. Lauren, Devin, thanks for all your help. After you, Lauren. So they kicked me out first. I guess I'll go with it. And just so I don't make a bunch of silly mistakes getting out of here, we're going to use Flash. Bet you didn't notice that shortcut, did ya? Alright everyone, our next stop is the Pokemon Center. Of course I'd like to rest my Pokemon. Thanks, Nurse Joy. Look at our lovely Butterfree hovering behind us. Alright guys, that is all the time I have for now. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, thumbs up, maybe even favorite it or subscribe if you want to see more. In the next episode, we will be taking on Devin and the Superior City Gym. So look forward to that. We will be getting our first badge next time. So once again, I'm PsychGamer. Thanks for watching. See ya!